back to my channel. My name is Victoria. If you are new, I am a military wife. I do all different kinds of videos. I do vlogs, cooking, cleaning, decorating, doggy videos like the one that we're going to do today. So if you would like to subscribe, I am doing Vlogmas. I am posting every day in the month of December. I would love to have you. Before we get into the video today, I kind of wanted to give you a little background on Sherman, which is our dog. So he is a golden doodle, which means he is a mix of a golden retriever and a poodle. And he is actually an F1B golden doodle, which means he is mixed with a golden doodle and a poodle. So really he's only 1/4 golden retriever, which is why he doesn't shed at all. Some of the golden doodles do shed. I believe it's the ones that have more golden retriever in them. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We did buy him, so if you're going to comment, adopt, don't shop, I'm not really here for it. I do believe that dogs in shelters do need homes, but I personally have allergies to cats and dogs, and so Sherman was the kind of dog, a golden doodle, that we wanted. Sorry if you hear him, he's eating a frozen carrot in the background, which is one of his favorite treats, and we'll get into that later. But yeah, I just wanted to say that I do understand why people get a little bit heated over people who buy their pets, but I personally have allergies, and we love that we've had Sherman since he was basically born, and so we were able to mold him into the dog that he is today. I posted on my Instagram if you guys wanted to see this video, and a lot of you said yes, so I thought I would do it. I regret not doing more update videos with him because I really didn't vlog him that much when he was a baby, and so I really wish I did because he was so cute. And I'm going to be inserting some pictures throughout this video just so you guys can see, because he was the cutest puppy ever, huh? I'm going to try to get him in the video as well, but we'll see. I have him kind of locked in the room with me. So anyways, we're 3 minutes in already, so let's go ahead and get into the video. So I do have a big basket here of like all of his favorite, or I guess my favorite things for him. So I'm just gonna go through this really quick, and then I'll get into some other topics that you guys wanted to hear about. So I'm just gonna kind of grab things as I go. This is one of my favorite products since having Sherman. By the way, we got Sherman in March of 2018. So we've had him what? We've had him like 9 months. We got him when he was 10 and a half weeks old. These are pet wipes. I got these at TJ Maxx, and they were $3.99. They basically are just wipes, like baby wipes, but for dogs. I use these all the time. Like if he comes inside and he has something on his paw and I don't want to give him a bath, or if, and this is gross, but sometimes when he poops, like there will be a little bit of something hanging off of his butt, and I'll have to have Devin hold him, and I pull his tail up and I kind of wipe his butt basically. These are great for that, but I love these, and they're just easy. Like, I don't know, I take him if we go to the dog park and stuff like that. They're really easy if you just need to clean him up a little bit. So I love those, and literally this comes with 130 wipes, and I mean, it'll take me so long to get through this. This is my second container since we've had him, so. Another thing is treats. Sherman is not picky. His breed I don't think is a picky breed. I know some breeds like Huskies are known to be very picky dogs. He has never had a problem with food that we've given him or treats. He will basically eat anything. He's not a picky dog. So treats, I don't really have any specific ones. I've been really loving these Nutro treats, the crunchy treats. These are the banana ones specifically. I do have the carrot and chicken ones as well. They're fairly cheap, and he really likes them. Having little treats like this are really good for when you're training them. We are still training Sherman, and he's almost a year old. I mean, it takes so long to get your dog to be like fully trained and to be really obedient. So we use this like if he goes to the bathroom outside and comes right in when we call him, or if he sits or whatever, you know. We just use these, the ones that are like super low calorie. These are only 5 calories a treat, which is not too bad. You can find the ones that are like 1 calorie, especially when they're puppies, when they don't really need to be eating as much, like extra calories in the day. I've gotten great treats at like TJ Maxx where they're training treats, and they literally are like 1.5 calories a treat, so you can give them like tons of them because it's really important when you're training them. So anyways, he loves these. He also loves the Blue Dog Bakery cookies. I put them in his jar and I give them to him like sometimes if I want to give him like a bigger treat or whatever, because they're a lot more calories. So anyways, I feel like I was talking a lot about treats for a long time, but basically he likes any treat. I don't have one specifically that I love. The next thing is, since we're on the topic of food, this is his slow feeder bowl, and it's kind of dirty because he's been using it today, but I do wash this in the dishwasher every night. I love this one in particular because, oh, by the way, this is because he eats too fast. This is why This is why I have this. So he eats really fast, and I have to even split his food up into 3 sections in the morning and night when he eats. So this basically helps them to eat slower because it goes in between the cracks of the maize bowl, so it takes them a little bit longer to get it out. This one is from Amazon. It has these rubber feet. Oh, he wants to get off the bed and he's scared. Sorry, he's scared to get off the bed by himself. So, oh, our bed in our bedroom is like on the floor. Basically, it's a platform bed, so he has trouble getting off higher beds. But yeah, so this helps him to eat slower. I love it because it has the rubber feet on the back, so it doesn't slide around when he's eating. We just give him a regular water bowl that we got from TJ Maxx, but I really like this bowl. He's kind of figured it out, though. I kind of think maybe if they make a more complicated one, we need to try that, so let me know. The next thing is collar. So we've gone through a couple collars, and he goes to doggy daycare a lot. And just like, he doesn't wear a collar in the house or anything. He only wears a collar if he is on a walk or if he goes to doggy daycare, goes to the dog park, stuff like that. So when he goes to doggy daycare, he has to have a quick release collar. So it has to be a clip like this, like a buckle. It can't be like more like a belt buckle, you know, where you have to like pull it through and like put the notch on. He can't have one like that. So this one is from Blueberry Pet. Let me show you without showing our information. Blueberry Pet, let's see if you can see that. Can you see that? This is a company off Amazon, and we love this brand because they make really affordable but really good quality stuff. So they make harnesses, they have leashes, they have collars, and so I believe this one was only like $11.99, and he's had this for quite a few months and it has held up like so well. There's like absolutely nothing wrong with it. It clips all the way. It has this little like metal hook on it where you can like put their leash, and then it has this little thing where we put his little ID tag. So they have lots of different colors and patterns for the holidays and stuff like that. So I highly recommend these. They're thick because he is a bigger dog, and when he gets real fluffy you can kind of not see his collar. So I like that you can get like the thicker options or the wider options. Hi, baby. As for leashes, well, let's talk about his harness first. We got this harness at, I believe, a Petco. Yeah, a Petco. And I don't know what brand it is, honestly. This is the little logo on it. I mean, this was about $32, and I know to some of you guys that might seem like pricey for a harness, but honestly, because he's pretty much full grown, I will say when he was little and he was like, he grew so fast. Like he was growing like 5 pounds a week, it seemed like, and he was growing out of his harnesses and collars like crazy. So I didn't really at first want to spend too much money on stuff like that because he wasn't going to be able to use it. And we weren't sure like if we were going to get a new puppy or whatever, so I would just like have to sell things, and like I couldn't really sell a lot of things, and so it was kind of like wasting my money. So now that he's like pretty much fully grown, this harness was a really great investment for us. He has a really hard time pulling when he walks, like when we're on a walk with a leash. And so as soon as we got this harness, he got so much better. And this is what it looks like on his back. So this goes on his chest like here, and then this is on his back. So this little hook right here is where we put his leash, and so we are pulling the leash from his back. And so I think that helps with him pulling so hard, because I feel like he's not pulling on his neck anymore, because we were walking him just with his collar and putting the leash on his collar, and that wasn't working for us. So I know also the Easy Walk harness has, people say really good things about that. I've never used it. It's the one that goes around their snout and that. I don't really like that idea, but a lot of people say it works. So anyways, we hook it right here, and we just use a regular leash. We also got it from Petco that same day we bought this, and it's a really good quality one. It's like a rope. Retractable leashes aren't very good. I don't recommend those because people can get seriously hurt from those, like burning their hands, like your dog pulls or whatever. Like, I just don't recommend those. Maybe if you have like a really tiny dog that's like 5 pounds. I don't think so. Trying to eat the carpet. Anyways, yeah, so long story short, I really like this. I like it because he can be an escape artist sometimes, not like from our backyard or anything, but like when we're on walks, if he, how do I say this, like sometimes he'll get in these moods where he like jumps like this and he's like trying to get away from me, and so he's really strong. And so what I like about this harness is that you actually, it doesn't buckle all around. You actually have to step his legs into it, if that makes sense. And there's only one buckle, and it goes like around his front arm. So even if it came unbuckled or something, like he wouldn't be able to get out of it because it goes around his neck and then around his legs, and he would really have to like actually, he really couldn't get out of it unless I take him out of it. So I really like that about this harness. And then as for a leash, so like I said, the one we use for that is just like a clip-on one. It clips right onto the back of his harness. But when we take him to daycare and stuff like that, we don't really use the harness because they just take it right off when he gets there and there's really no point. So he wears his collar, and then I like to use this one. And honestly, when I bought it off Amazon, I didn't even realize what I was buying. I thought I was buying a regular leash, but this is called a slip lead. And so it looks like this, and it has this little, like, what do you call it, like a little hook, and you just basically make it the size that you want to go around their neck, and it goes like this, and then you pull it taut, and then it, like, this is so weird that I'm showing you guys this like this, but you make it as tight as you want or whatever. So the one thing is that if they are pullers, it does get pretty tight around their neck. It doesn't hurt them. Sherman, he pulls so hard sometimes, especially when he's excited. So it makes him cough a little bit, but it doesn't hurt him. Like, he's fine. We only use this like when he goes to daycare, because he can't really get out of it. So if your dog is like, tries to get out of his, like, he'll try to get out of his collar sometimes. He'll like pull, and like he tries to take it off like this, like if we're in the front yard of the daycare or whatever, which is really scary. I'm making him sound like he's a bad dog, but he's not. He's actually pretty well behaved, which you guys know that already if you watch my vlogs, but he's so curious about what's going on. Anyway, so I like to use this because when we go to daycare, I'll show you guys actually. I put it around his neck like this. Can you show them, Bubby? And then, let's see. It goes like this, so he can't really get out of it because it just gets tighter as he pulls. So that's why I like using that specific leash. And this one, what brand is this? Let me see if I can see. Oh, it's the Friends Forever brand, and I like it because it's like kind of like cute. It's like aesthetically pleasing. Like, it's got the brown and the black. They have all kinds of different colors, but it was only like 10 bucks. So the next thing is brushes, because specifically tailored to golden doodles, they're very high maintenance dogs. If you do not have the time or the money to put into a dog, then these are not the dogs for you. I'm just gonna be honest. They are high maintenance with their grooming. He has to be groomed about every 6 weeks, and it's almost $100 every time he goes to be groomed. And it's worth the money because they do a lot. But if you look, like, his ears get matted really easily because he has curly hair, you know, and then like around his mouth gets really matted too, and under his beard, like under his mouth, gets matted. His tail gets matted. His whole body gets matted so easily. Their hair is just very high maintenance, so you have to brush them every single day. If you miss a day, I mean, they will have a mat. And so I actually wasn't doing a great job at this, and at his last grooming, they kind of talked to me about it, and they were like, you know, he was really mad at this time. We had to cut a lot of his hair off and whatever. Like, you need to look into some brushes, different brushes than what you're using. So I wasn't using the right brushes is basically what it came down to, and I felt horrible. So I ordered these two off Amazon. If you follow me on Instagram, I have talked about these before. I'm gonna try to link these down below because I don't see the brand. They don't have anything on them, but this is the first one, and this is called I believe it's called a finishing brush. They have another name for it too, but it just has these like little tiny metal bristles on it. It's really soft. I don't believe this one, like, it probably feels really good on him. Honestly, it feels like it would be really gentle. I use this every day. This is the one I use all the time. Guys, he does this anytime I try to film a video. So here, you can have it over there. This brush is called a Greyhound comb, and it is basically just a wide tooth comb. It looks like something that you and I would use. It has the closer together bristles and then the ones that are like wider, or I mean more far apart, I guess. And so what I use this for is getting mats out. So if he has like a mat on his ear, I can use the ones that are closer together, and I can really get in there and like comb it out. He actually has one mat on his ear. I felt it earlier, so I need to get that out tonight. And I brushed him yesterday, so like I said, they get matted super easy. It's really important to take care of their fur, especially if you like them to be fluffier and have a longer coat. Then you really need to make sure you're taking care of their fur, because if you're going longer in between grooms, then he just like pushed himself up against me. Then you really need to be brushing them, because when his hair gets really long, that's when the mats start, and it's horrible. So that's what this one's for. I've really been liking it. This and this brush were only like $7 a piece, so they're really affordable. Got them off Amazon, really like those. And then toys is the last product in this basket, and then I'm gonna get into other stuff. Guys, this video is probably gonna be so long. My camera, I'm already recording at 16.5 minutes, so sorry if you're not here for the dog videos. But he loves any kind of toy. Honestly, Devin and I like, we love that about him. Like, if we get him any new toy, he loves it. Like we always say, he's so grateful because he always takes his toys right to his bed. He loves them. We've never given him a toy that he doesn't like. And I think that just goes back to his breed. I don't think they're very picky. This is a BarkBox toy. He loves this one. I brought his like most favorite toys up here. So he loves this, I think, because we can pull on this. He loves to play tug of war. It's like his favorite game. If you watched my vlog yesterday, my grandma and grandpa sent us this toy for him. It has a ball attached to a rope. Rope toys are like his fave at the moment because he's gotten really strong. His teeth are really strong, and so we have a hard time getting toys that he doesn't destroy. And so yeah, this one's been really good. We always joke that he doesn't destroy the toys that he likes, because obviously this is a plush toy and there is some ripping right at this arm, but only because we've been pulling on it like this, like with tug of war. But like, he hasn't destroyed this, but other plush toys he does destroy. So I think he like keeps his ones that are his favorite, which is really funny. And this is a rope toy. Devin's mom got him at 5 Below. The end is coming out, but he hasn't really destroyed it. He loves that one. He loves this toy, which is from BarkBox as well. A family friend sent this to us for him, and like a big box of toys, like right when we got him, that her daughter's dog got from BarkBox that he didn't like. So which is, he's actually a standard poodle, so maybe it's the golden retriever that's not picky. I don't really know, but he loves this one. This is his favorite. He's had this since he was practically like 12 weeks old, and the stuffing is kind of coming out. He doesn't really pick at it though, but this is like his favorite toy, and the rope goes like this, and so we can pull on it, and he loves that toy. As far as other toys go, this is his Kong. Oh, something just fell out of it. Ew. This is his Kong. This is the second to largest one. Honestly, at this point, we could probably get him the largest one, but at the time, this was like the correct size for him. It has a little hole, a big hole at the bottom and a little hole at the top if you are unfamiliar with the Kong toys. These are Kong toys, and they make like actual toys as well. These are great for dogs who are power chewers, who like to destroy things, who have a hard time keeping toys very long. This is just a rubber. It's like really hard, and it's like very durable. And I put treats in here. I put banana in here. I freeze peanut butter. I put regular peanut butter. I'll feed him with this sometimes, which I learned from a training video on YouTube. And I put his food in it, and I'll put a little bit of water to kind of like keep it in there, and then sometimes I'll freeze it, or I'll just give it to him, and it takes him longer to eat, so that's why I do it. Keeps him busy. But yeah, this is great for like it's also like helps stimulate their brain, because it helps them like use their nose and use their mouth to try to get in there and get the food out. So I love the Kong toys. This toy I refuse to get rid of because he's had it since we got him, and technically it says that the rubber is only for puppies. He has lost all his puppy teeth and has all adult teeth now, but it's his binky. We call it his binky. And it's a Kong binky, but it's really, the rubber is softer because puppies' teeth are a lot more fragile and they're tinier. And so that's important also when you're looking for like puppy chew things, because like Nylabone, stuff like that, they make ones that are specifically for puppies because their teeth aren't adult teeth, and so they can actually break really easily, and then that's not good. So this rubber is specifically for puppy teeth, and it's his little binky. I still give him it with peanut butter, but most of the time I use his regular Kong. He hasn't chewed through this at all. I haven't had any problems with it, that's why I haven't got rid of it, but I don't want to get rid of it because it's just so cute. And it's really small inside, so it's really good for like when they're really tiny, because you can put little tiny treats in there. I really just give him this to chew on, but you know, you can do whatever with it. And then he loves balls. He loves to play, well, he's not really a fetch kind of guy, but he does love to play tug of war, and sometimes he likes to play fetch, but it's really not his game. He does have a lot of these little tennis balls though, and he likes them. And then the last toy I brought, which is, this is so funny, but this was a Frisbee. So it was a circle like this. I got this at TJ Maxx, and it had a piece of fabric that was like attached around it. Well, he chewed through the fabric, and then it was like a circle, and Devin was like, don't throw that away because I think he might like it, because this is like a thick rope, like a really durable rope. Then he chewed it apart, and now this is like his favorite toy, which is so funny because it's not even really like a toy. It's like a broken piece of something, but he loves to play tug of war with this. He loves to chew on it. He hasn't torn anything off of it, so he loves this toy. Okay, now that we are 21 minutes into the video and I've shown you my favorite products, I'm kind of thinking maybe I should split this video in two, but I don't think I'm going to. Let me show you guys him. He's so cute right now. Look at this Bubba. I am wearing shorts, by the way. He's so cute. Anyways, let me take a little drink break. Now I'm gonna go to my Instagram because I asked you guys what topics I should talk about. This is more of a question. I was looking for more topics, but I'm gonna answer this one anyways because it's a good one. The thing you love most about him. So without going into too much story and without crying, because guys, my hair is all falling down. It's so short. Ugh, can we just like ignore it? I really just want to ignore it. Okay. When we got Sherman, I didn't even want a dog. And Devin like wanted to get him. I never wanted dogs. I never grew up with dogs. I didn't even think we would ever really have a pet, honestly. And when he like put the deposit in for Sherman, I was like, you know, we'll see how it goes. Like, and I was like iffy about it. I didn't really care. I knew Devin wanted a dog, so I was like, okay. Sherman has totally like, he has changed my life, which sounds so dramatic, but I have anxiety. And I don't want to say I have depression, but there are a lot of days that I feel down and sad. And Sherman just makes me feel better. When I come home, sometimes like if I'm away from the house, I'm like, I just want to be home with him. He has totally been my like mental, like, I can't explain it. He's like helped my mental health. He is my best friend. Like, I love coming home to him. Since moving away from family, he has been an amazing companion that I never knew I needed, but he was totally meant to be my dog and our dog. He's my shadow, follows me everywhere. I love him more than I ever thought I could love an animal. And I always like made fun of people who, like, in my head I always made fun of people who like were dog lovers. I was like, that's so stupid, like it's just a dog. Well, here I am, and that's totally biting me in the butt because I love him so much, and he's just been like the best companion. And so I don't know. So the thing I love most about him is that he's like always there for me. Dogs are so forgiving. They are the best companions. And the best quote that I love is, a dog is only a part of your life, but you are their whole life. And so if you are thinking about getting a dog, they're a lifetime commitment. And well, you know, at least a 10-year commitment. Golden Doodles, I've seen them live to 15 years. So I'm hoping he lives a long, happy life. But yeah, Devin always says he's not here for a long time, he's here for a good time. So we spoil him. He is just like the best dog I could have ever asked for. So what do I love about him most? Everything. What made us choose the name Sherman? So Devin and I used to babysit our little cousins a lot back home, and we would always watch the movie Mr. Peabody and Sherman, and we always thought like, oh my god, that's so cute. If we ever get a dog, that's what we would name it. So that's how we came up with the name. We also love like old people names. My friend, she asked, does he chew up and destroy your personal things often, like couch or shoes? No, not really. Like I have said, he does chew through things really easily. Like, he has a really strong mouth. He chews through things like nobody's business. But when it comes to our personal stuff, honestly, when he was a puppy, he a little bit chewed on the walls and the carpet, a little bit, but he never destroyed our shoes. He does, it's so funny. I'm gonna insert some pictures of him with my little slippers when we first got him, because he loved my slippers. He would sleep in them, like put his nose in the shoes, and I think it's because he liked my scent. But he still does it now, where he'll pick up our shoes, take them, and he'll go back and get the other one, and he just likes to lay by them. It's the funniest thing. But like, he doesn't destroy our furniture. I have came home and he's destroyed his bed, but that's like it. And we do let him free roam the downstairs area when we're gone. And the only thing he likes to get into is the trash in the bathrooms, not our kitchen trash, but just the trash in the bathrooms. So we have to keep all the bathroom doors shut. But other than that, he's pretty good. So Tracy asked, how do you keep him groomed so well and looking nice? My pup gets so tangled and messy so easily. So that goes back to the brushing. Honestly, okay, he's only been groomed 4 times, and the first time was just like a puppy cut. They do a face, feet, and tail. It's kind of just like to get them used to grooming. So they just trim around their face, they give them a bath, they trim their tail, they clip their nails, stuff like that, just like basic stuff that they need. And we have to get him groomed often or else he looks crazy. I'll post a picture right here of what he looks like, what he looked like before his last groom. It's like, in my mind he looks normal, and then right after he gets groomed, when I look at that picture, I'm like, oh my gosh, he looked awful and disgusting. Why did I let him walk around looking like that? It's embarrassing. So doodles need groomed really often. Honestly, you have to, and that's the only reason he looks nice. And I have been brushing him every single day since he last got groomed because I refused this time to let him look like that. And I'm already planning on getting him groomed at 6 weeks instead of 8 weeks, which was what we were doing before, because I just think that's too long. Did your pup go through the biting phase, and when and how did he stop? So when he was a puppy, and he's still a puppy to me, but like when I say puppy, like I'm talking like when he was like 12, 13 weeks old, he nipped, not nipped, but like mouthed us, where he would like put our hands or fingers in his mouth, and he would just like do this all the time. He did that so bad, and honestly, it was like a switch. Like one day it was like he grew up and he got over those things. So I don't really know, when we were going through that like teething phase with him and whatever, we would always have toys on hand. We would always have like his Kong. I would freeze wet dish rags and stuff like that. You just have to have something handy all the time. So as soon as they bite you, you give them something else. It's like a positive reinforcement thing. If you just like give them something else in turn of what you don't want them to do, so giving them something that you do want to do, that really helped with us. And honestly, one day he just got over it and he stopped. Now he doesn't really like mouth us hardly at all. He does sometimes when we're like playing, but he knows that it's just like a plaything. He doesn't just like bite us for no reason, and he doesn't bite anybody else. He really only does with us. So I'm sure that potty training is something that everybody wants to know about. So when we were potty training Sherman, we had a bell that we got off Amazon, and it was like a string, and it had like 4 or 5 bells, and it hung around our doorknob. And he got it before we even had to show him what it was. He just went up to it, and we would show him, like, I would kind of take him and like push him into it, and as soon as it would ring, I would open the door and I would say, okay, go potty. So we taught him that that meant to go potty, like he needed to go out. So he did really well with that for a while, but the bells kept getting like shut in our door, and they kept breaking off, and eventually there was none left. And I was like, you know what, at this point he probably doesn't really need it. So, but anytime he would go to the door and ring the bell, we would let him out. So he knew that ringing the bell meant going potty. I feel like if you don't really know much about potty training, that's a really good way to try to do it. When he took a lot longer to potty train than I feel like most dogs, at least that's what I felt like, took, because he was probably like 6 months, 7 months before he stopped having accidents that were like semi-often. And it wasn't our fault. I just think he just took longer. I think just some dogs take longer to potty train. Some dogs get it like in a week or 2 days. I've heard that, and I'm like, you guys are crazy. I have never, like, I could never imagine him being potty trained that fast. So when we first got him, we did crate train him, and he doesn't have a crate anymore. We don't put him in the crate. He does sleep with us now, but at first he was crate trained. He went to the crate every single night. He went to the crate anytime we left the house. We didn't use it for punishment because you want them to like want to go in the crate. So honestly, he never did that great with the crate. We used it every single night. I never gave in when he would cry. So I don't know why he never really liked it. A lot of people say that their dogs love to go in their crate like just to relax. That never happened with him. So he never really loved it, which was fine. I think that doodles especially, they have some of them have really bad separation anxiety, and I don't see that in him in a bad way, but I think he just loves to be with us all the time, especially me. And so because when we got him, I wasn't working, and so he was with me 24/7, and I was the primary caretaker of him. And so I feel like we really bonded at the beginning when we first got him. So yeah, the crate training is what we did. And so like I would take him out in the middle of the night every couple hours. The rule I followed was every month that they are old is how many hours they should be able to hold their pee. So when we got him, he was 2.5 months. So technically he should have been able to hold his pee for 2 hours. He never did. I was taking him out every 30 to 45 minutes just to be safe. But that's how we potty train him. You have to be consistent, because if you're not, then they're not going to get it, and they're not going to understand, oh, this is when I need to go potty. So when he would pee, he had many accidents. On our rug, I mean, he had accidents all the time. And so as soon as he would start pee, I would like make a loud noise. I would be like, no, 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 no. And I would take him right outside, and so he would know like, oh, that's not good that I just did that. So that's what we would do. and it seemed to work. Potty training is really tricky with dogs, so you just kind of have to find what works for you. I found a lot of YouTube videos that were helpful, and you just kind of have to find what your dog likes. And I also had a word, like a phrase that I would use, so I say go potty. So now at this point, because I've repeated myself so many times, when he goes out and I say go potty, he'll go right to the grass and he goes to the bathroom. So it's just consistency. So people were asking about food. Okay, so I'll be honest, has eaten Purina puppy chow since we got him. I don't really recommend that food because it's literally $12 for like a 20-pound bag of food, so it can't be that great since it's so cheap. That's what he was on with his breeder when we first got him, and I just never changed it. I will say that next month our vet is having him switch to adult food, so I am planning on going with a better brand, and I'm leaning towards Taste of the Wild, something that is a little bit cleaner with ingredients, that has meat as a number one, you know, protein as a number one ingredient. I'm not looking for grain-free. I don't really recommend grain-free unless your dog has a dietary need for it. I was gonna say necessity, but need for it. And yeah, I don't know. I'm leaning towards Taste of the Wild, but I'm gonna talk to my vet about it. And we feed him now. When he was a puppy, we fed him breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now that he's a little bit more grown up, our vet has had us transition to just eating breakfast and dinner, so he gets a little bit more food since we cut out the middle meal of the day, but he eats morning and night now, and that seems to work. A little tip is that if your dog, Sherman was going through this thing where he would throw up in the middle of the night or like in the morning, and it would be just like bile, basically, like the remnants of what was in his stomach. It was like his stomach was too empty. So I think I was feeding him dinner too early, and so what I changed his routine to is eating dinner a little bit later. So he eats dinner around, what time is it? It's 6 o'clock now. So he eats his dinner around 6:30, 6:45, and so I feel like that helps. And then he eats his breakfast around 8:30. So he eats first thing in the morning when he wakes up, and I feel like feeding him dinner a little bit later has helped his stomach not feel so empty at night, and so he quit vomiting in the middle of the night. So I feel like that really helped. So someone wanted to know the products we give him, like medication wise. So down here in the South, heartworm is a big thing, and it's really easy for your dog to get heartworms down here. I don't know why that is. I don't really know, but it's really important, especially where we live, to give them heartworm prevention. So he's on HeartGuard, and then for flea and tick he's on NexGard. So those are the two that my vet recommended. It's just what my vet sells. People have told me that that's a pricey two brands, but I don't know. I feel like it really works for him. He's never had fleas and he's never got heartworms, so it's working. It's little chew tablets that he gets once a month, and it costs us about $35 a month for both of those together. So that's what we use for that. And then as far as bath products go, I use the Burt's Bees shampoo and conditioner. Oh well, I guess it's just a shampoo. People have said that golden doodles thrive, like their fur does really well with conditioner. Haven't used a conditioner with him before, and he seems to have pretty soft hair, but I just use the Burt's Bees shampoo. He's sleeping. I use the Burt's Bees shampoo and he does well with it. He's never had a bad reaction to it or anything. But I've also never tried any other ones, so I'm sure that there are other great ones out there. So someone asked how much he weighs now compared to when you first got him. So when we first got him, post a picture, he was only like 10 pounds and he was so tiny, and now he's a whopping almost 60 pounds. When he went to the vet last week or the week before, I believe he was like 58 pounds, and I'm pretty sure that's where he's gonna cap off at. He hasn't really gained much weight at all in the last few months, and his parents were in between. I believe she said his parents were 45 to 55 pounds. Like they're both in the middle of that, so he's a little bit bigger than both of his parents, like barely, but I don't see him getting any bigger. He has really long legs. He's real lengthy. I'll show you him at the end of the video to kind of give you an idea, but he was so small when we first got him, and now he is huge. Like I'm 4'11", and when he stands up, he can put his paws right here and he looks me in the eye. So he's almost as long as I am. He's a big boy. Pros and cons of having a golden doodle. I've heard they're good therapy dogs. So this is my friend Carly that asked this. So hi Carly. I have a lot to say about this because there's parts of me that really wish that I would have made Sherman like an emotional support animal. because of my anxiety and stuff like that. And some people might think that's silly, and that's okay. I used to kind of have that view on like therapy animals before I had a dog, but golden doodles, you'll see a lot that their breed is used a lot for emotional support, therapy dogs, if someone has a disability, you know, stuff like that. So if there's a documentary, or I don't really know if it's a documentary, but it's a show on Netflix called Dogs, and the first episode is all about golden doodles and this family from Ohio actually that got a golden doodle for their little girl who had epilepsy. And it's just beautiful to see. Like, I don't know if it's, I think it's the golden retriever in them. Actually, golden doodles were bred to be therapy dogs, so that's how people started breeding them. And the poodle in them helps make them hypoallergenic, so basically anybody who wants them for an emotional support dog can have them, whether they have allergies or not. And then the golden retriever has many great qualities. They're great companions. They are like man's best friend, you know, like when you think of like a man's best friend, I feel like you think of like a golden retriever. And he is like, sometimes I really feel like he's a human. Does anybody else feel like that with their dog? He's like so in tune with me. Like, he just like, I don't know, I feel like he looks at me and he just like knows if I'm sad. Like, and I'm sure that all dogs are like this, but I personally would kind of wish I did make him an emotional support dog for me. But I have heard that they are great for being like emotional companion dogs or whatever. So the pros of having a golden doodle, well, I guess I could say the cons. I don't really know of any cons other than they are high maintenance. They are very high energy, so they need lots of walks, lots of exercise. The only time he truly is like worn out by the end of the day is when he goes to doggy daycare, and that's after like 10 or 12 hours of him playing all day with other dogs. I take him on, I try to shoot for 2 30-minute walks a day, so at least an hour's worth of walks. Sometimes I do a little bit more, sometimes I do a little bit less, and then playing at home in between. We don't have a big backyard, it's very small here on base, so yeah, that's one of the things that kind of sucks about living on base. But if like we take him to the dog park sometimes, and he has plenty of room to go run. I would say a con would be that I think with the high energy thing, like they get very excited. We have a lot of issues with him jumping on people when people come over, and I don't know, that's just something that we kind of have been working on. He just gets really excited, so I think they need a lot of training. They're not like a chill dog at all. They're not a lap dog. They need lots of stimulation, lots of exercise. But the pros, I mean, everything else. I mean, they're great dogs. I love that he's hypoallergenic. I love that he doesn't shed. I love that I don't have to worry about my allergies with him. He sleeps in our bed. He could sleep on my pillow and I wouldn't feel anything like with my allergies. Like, I rub my face on him all the time. I kiss him, he sits on me, he lays on me, he lays on us, like we hold him, everything. Like, he lets us do whatever. And he's a real lovey dog. He's a real cuddler. I feel like they're really affectionate and loving. They're not the kind of dog that like doesn't love to be loved on. I don't know of a breed off the top of my head, but I know some dogs that are just like not very cuddly and stuff like that, but Sherman totally is. And I think that's because from the beginning we were always holding him, always loving on him, always like getting in his face and making sure he's used to all that, because oh, another thing is that they're really good family dogs. They are really good with kids, and they're just really good family dogs. He loves kids. If we see a kid on a walk, it's over. Like, I could be chopped liver. He loves babies, he loves kids. So I have no doubt in my mind that when we have a baby, he's gonna do great. But I guess the only con I would say is that he's high maintenance, but I don't really mind that because I don't have kids and I love giving him all of that extra attention and love and time. So yeah. So this video is very long, and so I think I'm going to cut it off here. If there's anything else you would like to know about, please comment down below. I feel like I've covered everything. And obviously this video is tailored more to the golden doodle breed that he is. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video. I'm going to go ahead and try to show him to you guys because he's sleeping. Can you see him? Can you say hi? So this is Sherman. I think this is all he's going to do for right now. He's a big boy. As you can see, his head is bigger than mine. He is 56 pounds. He's 11 months old. And he's pretty much done growing, I think. But this is what he looks like. They have the cutest noses in the whole entire world. This is my Bubba. His nose is the cutest in the world. Huh. I think it's the golden retriever nose. Look. Look at this nose. Look at this face. He's just so cute. I cannot take it. He's the cutest boy in the whole entire world. Can you say hi? He's smiling. Say hi, I'm so happy. But yeah, this is what he looks like. He's a medium-sized golden doodle. Standards get like over 100 pounds sometimes. And they also have mini golden doodles. Their parents are a lot smaller. So this is my Bubba. I hope you guys liked this video. Hopefully it wasn't too rambly. It was really rambly, so hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope it was helpful. If you have anything else that you would like to know about Sherman or just about anything about him in general, about having a dog, then let me know. And I will see you guys in tomorrow's Vlogmas video. Can you say bye? Say bye. Bye, guys.